Imagine walking through a dense forest, the crunch of leaves underfoot when suddenly, out of nowhere, a searing pain shoots through your leg. You've just been bitten by a venomous snake. The world around you blurs, as the shock of what just happened sets in. It's as if time has slowed down and you can hear your heartbeat pounding in your ears. The pain, initially localized to the bite site, begins to spread like wildfire, creeping through your veins, a cruel reminder of the venom coursing through your bloodstream. You feel a rush of adrenaline, your body's primal reaction to danger. It's a deceptive feeling of invincibility, a temporary shield against the reality of your situation. Your mind races, thoughts darting from one to another in a chaotic flurry. You're trying to remember every piece of advice you've ever heard about snake bites, but your thoughts are like sand slipping through your fingers. Then the panic sets in. It's an emotion that claws at your insides, a beast wild and uncontrolled. The forest, once a place of tranquility, now feels like a labyrinth, each tree a menacing figure in the dim light. Your breaths come in ragged gasps, your heart pounding against your ribcage like a drum. You try to calm yourself to think clearly, but the panic is a relentless wave crashing over you again and again. And yet, amidst the chaos, a small part of you marvels at the snake, the creature that has turned your world upside down. Its beauty is a stark contrast to the deadly venom it carries, a chilling reminder of nature's duality. It's a fleeting thought quickly swallowed by the urgency of your situation. You stumble forward, each step a battle against the pain and the rising tide of fear. The forest, once a sanctuary, has become a battlefield, and you're fighting for your life. Your leisurely stroll through nature has turned into a race against time. In the blink of an eye, your leisurely stroll through nature has turned into a race against time. The experience of a snake bite is as unique as the individual who endures it. Meet John, a hiker from Colorado, and Sarah, a farmer from Australia, both survivors of venomous snake bites. John, a seasoned hiker, was enjoying a solitary trek when he felt a sharp, burning sensation on his leg. He looked down to see a snake slithering away. The pain was immediate and intense, he shares, like 1,000 hot needles piercing my skin at once. The physical agony was soon accompanied by an overwhelming sense of panic. John was alone, miles away from help, with venom coursing through his veins. Sarah, on the other hand, was on her farm when she was bitten. I was out in the fields when I felt a sharp sting on my arm, she says. Unlike John, Sarah was no stranger to snake bites, growing up in the snake-ridden outback. But nothing could have prepared her for the excruciating pain and fear she felt that day. It's a terrifying feeling, knowing there's something deadly inside you, and there's nothing you can do about it, she confesses. Both John and Sarah were fortunate enough to receive medical assistance in time. John recalls his frantic race against time, his heart pounding as he pushed his body to its limits, hiking to the nearest ranger station. Sarah was airlifted to the nearest hospital, where she spent weeks recovering. Their medical treatments were grueling, with multiple rounds of antivenom, pain management, and constant monitoring. But the physical pain, they say, was only a part of the ordeal. The mental distress, the fear, the uncertainty, the sense of mortality, was just as, if not more, challenging. John and Sarah's stories are not just about survival against the odds. They're about resilience, strength, and the indomitable human spirit. They remind us that life is unpredictable, and that every moment is precious. Their stories are a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of life and the resilience of the human spirit. To better understand the physiological effects of a snakebite, we spoke with Dr. Thompson, a renowned herpetologist, and Dr. Patel, an emergency room physician. Dr. Thompson begins by explaining the nature of snake venom. Snake venom is a complex mixture of proteins and enzymes. Each species of snake carries a unique cocktail of these compounds, which can have a variety of effects on the human body. Some venoms are neurotoxic, meaning they attack the nervous system and disrupt communication between the brain and muscles. This can lead to symptoms like blurred vision, difficulty swallowing, and in severe cases, paralysis. Other venoms are hemotoxic, and they target the cardiovascular system. These can cause symptoms such as internal bleeding, tissue damage, and in extreme cases, organ failure. Dr. Patel then shares insight into the immediate medical response required after a snakebite. The first step is to keep the patient calm and immobilize the bitten area to slow the spread of venom. It's crucial to get the patient to a hospital as quickly as possible. In the meantime, one should avoid trying to suck out the venom or applying a tourniquet, as these methods can cause more harm than good. At the hospital, we may administer antivenom if it is appropriate and available. The type of antivenom used depends on the species of snake involved. We also provide supportive care to manage the patient's symptoms and monitor their vital signs closely. Both professionals agree that understanding the effects of a snakebite is not just about the fear factor, but about recognizing the seriousness of the situation. The human body can react in unpredictable ways to venom, and the consequences can be severe. A quick and appropriate response is essential to minimize damage and save lives. Armed with this knowledge, one can better understand the gravity of a snakebite and the importance of immediate medical attention. The clock is ticking and every second counts. What happens in the final moments when the venom courses unchecked through the body? Let's imagine a scenario not to instill fear, but to understand and respect the gravity of the situation. Picture being in a forest, the air is thick with humidity, the chirping of insects echoing around you. Suddenly, you feel a sharp sting and see a snake slithering away. The realization hits you. You've been bitten. As the venom starts its deadly journey, it's no longer about survival. It's a race against time. The body, in a desperate attempt to fight back, sends signals of distress, triggering a cocktail of adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart beats faster, trying to supply oxygen to your vital organs. But this inadvertently speeds up the spread of venom. Your senses might start to blur, as if you're trapped in a foggy dream. The world around you might start to spin as vertigo sets in. You may feel a wave of nausea, a stomach-churning reminder of the toxic invader in your system. You might experience difficulty breathing as your lungs struggle to draw in air, a sensation akin to drowning on dry land. Your body, in a last-ditch effort, may go into shock. This is a state of emergency, a red alert for your system. Your blood pressure drops, your pulse weakens, and your skin may turn pale, cold, and clammy. You are now in the grip of the venom, your life hanging in a delicate balance. The final moments are a blur, a cocktail of confusion, fear, and a surreal sense of calm. You might even find a strange peace, a detachment from the pain and panic. It's as if your mind has accepted the inevitable, releasing you from the terror of the situation. In the end, it's a battle between life and death, with the venomous snake as the silent assailant. It's a sobering reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of life. Let us respect these creatures from a distance, for their bite can lead to a dance with death that few survive. We've taken a journey through the harrowing experience of a venomous snakebite, from the initial shock to the final moments. In this exploration, we've unearthed the stark reality of what it feels like to be on the receiving end of nature's deadly arsenal. We heard from survivors whose resilience in the face of such a terrifying ordeal is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Their stories remind us of the importance of immediate medical attention. The quicker the response, the better the outcome. Remember, time is of the essence when dealing with venomous snakebites. Every second counts. We then delved into the medical perspective, gaining insights from professionals who have dedicated their lives to understanding these creatures and the potent venom they carry. They painted a vivid picture of the physical effects of a snakebite, the rapid heartbeat, the intense pain, the difficulty breathing, all symptoms of the body's reaction to the venom coursing through the veins. But they also touched on the mental effects, the fear, the panic, the dread. These psychological responses can be just as potent as the physical ones. It's a battle on two fronts, one that requires immense strength and determination to overcome. We ended our journey with a glimpse into the final moments of those who didn't make it, a chilling reminder of the power these creatures hold. But it also serves as a call to action, a plea for awareness and understanding. While the experience of a venomous snakebite is indeed terrifying, knowledge is our best defense. Knowledge about the types of venomous snakes in your area, how to avoid them, and what to do if you're bitten. Knowledge about the signs and symptoms of a snakebite so you can act quickly and effectively. So stay informed, stay vigilant, respect the power of nature, but don't let it paralyze you with fear. Instead, let it inspire you to learn, to understand, and to take action. Because in the end, the more we know, the better equipped we are to handle whatever comes our way. While the experience of a venomous snakebite is indeed terrifying, knowledge is our best defense. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and respect the power of nature.